Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Max. We, as usual, at Hair by Dr. Max Restoration Center in Fort Lauderdale. And Pierre had his hair transplant surgery just 6 days ago. And he was kind enough to share his patient experience undergoing surgery here and post-operative care like hyperbaric chamber treatments. How do you feel today?
No, I feel great. I mean, today is day 6, right? So I think in terms of recovery, so I went through a few sessions of the hyperbaric chamber to help with recovery. So those were essentially one before surgery, one after surgery, and then every day after this. The way I feel is that it really helps in healing faster. And because you heal faster, essentially, you sleep better as well. I think a lot of things that I was worried about is essentially, well, you post-surgery, can you sleep better? Can you everything? So everything essentially goes better.
You did notice, because you did have a previous procedure too. In comparison to previous procedures without having intraoperative hyperbaric treatment and right after, is there a difference in your recovery time?
No, absolutely. I think that, I mean, you can already tell I'm day 6. I think I didn't look like that for another 3 weeks the other time around, right?
Correct.
So it speeds up the healing process by, I think, at least 70%, right? So that's a big deal because you go back to your life much faster. You're not worried about, I mean, basically after a week, you just look like you just had a bad haircut. Yes. But no one can necessarily tell that you had hair transplant, which is a big deal, right? It's night and day. And obviously now you're using all the latest techniques. So, in terms of implants and so on is also different from when I've done it. And you're also the one performing the entire, surgery, which is a big deal, right? Because it's your clinic. You care about the overall results that the patients will have. And you're not letting, Lambda technicians just taking over was the most important for the patients. For me, that was a great success.
Great to hear because, again, unfortunately, and this is a very important point, standard of care in hair restoration industry is that doctors take very little part in surgery, and especially if you're planning to travel overseas to those popular hair restoration, hair transplant destinations, doctors do not take part of the surgery, period. Okay, that's how they make it so cheap. And when we planning to build this center, the idea was always is to build something that is patient-centered, that every patient is at the center of everyone's attention, or every single resource of the practice is dedicated to just one patient. The reason we decided to invest into hyperbaric chamber because it greatly increases graft survival rate, pain control, recovery, healing. Pretty much every aspect of the surgical procedure is being positively affected to the better with the hyperbaric oxygen therapy. And so how was your experience during the procedure?
I think during the procedure, it really feels fast compared to the previous time I had it, right? It's not in and out, but essentially you feel the efficiency, you feel the process is streamlined. Clearly, you know what you're doing, right? And you have a wonderful team supporting you, which makes the process a breeze, right?
One thing that we did invest time and some ideas that I was able to accomplish, and it's more a technical aspect of the surgery, we became very efficient. I'm able to implant with the support of my staff. I do every implantation with my own hands, but we were able to place about 12 to 13 grafts per hour, which is probably at least double or 2.5 times faster than the traditional way of placing grafts, which also affects the survival rate. The faster you get the grafts reimplanted, the faster they get back to oxygenated environment and the blood flow is restored. So every aspect of the procedure is designed to increase the results, to make sure we get the best possible outcome for just, again, one patient that we take per day.
No, yeah, and it feels very like a VIP experience, right? I get to talk to you. We can discuss concerns during surgery as well. You can walk us walk the patient through what you're currently doing, right? There's a lot of communication, which is very important because when you get into this kind of surgery, it's new and you don't know exactly what's going to happen. So great communication is very important. And again, I think the hyperbaric chamber and the streamline process and everything really tackles what is the most important for me and I guess for other patients, that can you get good result.
Absolutely. So my suggestion is, regardless of where you go, hair restoration is a big investment. So please do your research, making sure that this investment that you make, it's going to produce some results, and this is important.
Yeah, a lot of people will go for what they would consider the cheaper approach, which could be traveling to Turkey or Panama to get this done. Sure, it's cheaper, but it also come with a lot of trouble, right? Because
Correct.
First you're dealing with the technicians. Choosing someone locally, you can walk in, discuss concerns, and have everything addressed right away. It's such a big investment. It's your health as well. So that's why I think go local, go with a doctor that has a lot of experience and that is well equipped with a streamlined process. That's
the most important thing. Make sure that actually the doctor performs the entire surgery with his or her own hands, nobody else, because you can trust doctors, but would you Google, if you have a heart problem, the cheapest cardiac surgeon? Probably not. So this is your face. I think it's also important. Thank you, Pierre, for your time and you're willing to share your perspective on how your surgery was performed. Opinion is very important, and we always strive to provide the best customer service. So with any questions, please don't hesitate to call us or contact through email or contact form on the website.